Hey guys, so I'm coming to y'all real quick. We're gonna be quick, brief, with yeah, I'm gonna do some swatches today. I'm gonna do it on this arm, and I tried to get these other ones cleaned off and dried, so hopefully that is helpful. Oh, well, first off, I am going to be doing my blush lights. My blush lights today, and first off, I want to say that first I'm going to tell you my definition of blush lights. Blush lights to me are blushes that are also highlighters. I think it's self-explanatory, but just to be on the safe side, they are shades that I can put on my cheeks as a soft blush slash highlight. That's a blush light. And of course, everybody is different. I am a dark, deep skin tone. I'm usually I like to say, I'm usually the last shade in dark or the first shade in deep. And I have a neutral undertone. I can go yellow or green, red or orange. I can pretty much, my little hobby in makeup has become a little science experiment, okay? Me and color theory, we locked in, loaded. I definitely have come a long way from when I first started, and I just generally like color theory and that kind of thing. So if a shade of a foundation is too light or too dark, I use other shades of concealer or something like that to tie it all together, pretty much. Now, of course, I have my good makeup days, I have my bad makeup days. I have, it depends. But I think today is a pretty good makeup day. It's a nice, like, natural look. I'm using all cream shadow sticks with, what powder did I use to set it? I think I used my Danessa Myricks loose powder to set my whole face, and then followed up with my Fenty pressed powder as a final set. And I will say that, like, I don't have a mirror with me right now, but, like, there's not a ton of creasing or anything like that. I did have an oily nose, but because I came on this video, I did pat my nose, like, 45 minutes ago, half an hour ago or so, before I started filming this group of videos. So let me drink a little bit of my tea, and then we'll get started. I will be doing swatches so you guys can see the different shades. I think it's important for me to tell you my complexion, because everybody's version of a blush light will be different. What looks well on them will be different. These I find look nice on me. I think they're nice, like, slight blushes slight blushes, meaning they deposit some pigment to look like a blush, but also the highlighter effect is really nice. I prefer blush lights over highlighters. I'm drinking sweet tea. So yeah, I prefer blush lights over highlighters, but also I prefer bronzers over blush lights. So yeah, I'm actually gonna do both videos. I'm gonna do my top 10 blush lights and my top 10 bronzers. I saw Alicia Archer do a top 10 bronzers, and that inspired me to do blush lights and bronzers myself, but for somebody of my skin complexion. So I'm going to do the blush lights in this video, and then because I don't want this video to be so long, I'll do the bronzers in the next video. So let's get started. These are in no particular order, but I'll start with the palette first. I have the Sephora palette. This is in Spice Market Blush palette, and I can swatch all of these except this white one I've used. They're all blush lights to me. Right? So with that being said, I'll swatch them. Let me swatch them first, and then I'll show y'all. But to be clear, they all pretty much, well, not this orange one. Not this orange one, but all the other ones, they all give a very similar effect on my cheek. Yeah. So hopefully you guys can see that. They all pretty much give a very similar effect to my cheek. They're very nice blush lights. And since I'm talking about palettes, I'm gonna keep up with that. The second one I have here, again, no particular order. No particular order. I like them all. I do have, like, maybe a top 3 favorite, but I'll talk about my top 3 favorite when I get to those. Oh, if you're wondering why I'm looking at, it's because I have them sitting here on the floor in front of me. This Hourglass Ambient. Now, I know that there's supposed to be a finishing powder here. I think the finishing powder is in the middle, but honestly, because it's here with these other ones, I don't necessarily use it separately. But let me swatch these. I'll swatch the 2 outside ones, because typically I'm using the 2 outside ones that I'll put this see if I can go like this. So you can see the Hourglass. Hopefully y'all can see that. Yeah, so with that being said, the 3 Hourglass, the one in the middle, or this one here, is a nice finishing powder that I'll put on, and normally, honestly, I rarely use this finishing powder on its own. I will almost always, if I'm digging in here to use this finishing powder, I'll top it off with this is a highlighter, and then this is a highlighter, this is a finishing powder, and honestly, this is like a combination of the two. That's it. I will almost always use these two, the finishing powder and the combo. I don't always use this highlighter because it's super bright. But that's a blush lighting palette that I really like. Keeping with the theme of palettes, let me wipe this off. This Cover FX. You know, this is definitely, I feel like, an underrated brand, and I think that many people have forgot about this brand. But I still enjoy them, and they're always having sales. I do want to get a couple more like things from them to do kind of like a full face of Cover FX. When I first started wearing makeup, fun little tip: the first pressed powder I bought when I first started wearing makeup was a Cover FX from Sephora. True story. True story. They're no longer sold in Sephora anymore, but I like them. This is in the shade Spice Cinnamon, and these are the shades. Now again, we're going with the blush lights, and so that would be this one. This is a nice blush, but this is the blush light that I'm referring to. And let me just I'll put it here. It is a very nice blush light on my complexion. That's the blush light from Cover FX. Again, there is a blush in there, but it's the blush light that I'm referring to. And I like these. I want to get maybe a few more. I do have like a liquid drop that I haven't used. They did come out with a new foundation and powder I want to get, so one day, inshallah. Okay, sticking with blush lights. Now this one, the next few are what I would consider like my top blush lights. Like, they're my favorite. They work well. All this. Now this is the Fashion Fair in Golden Bronze. Y'all look. One of the most underrated brands in Sephora, okay? Everybody's sleeping on it. I see a bunch of their products are on sale. I'm very sad because I feel like they're not going to be carrying them in Sephora anymore, but their cream foundation that's in the cream foundation that's in the compact, y'all know what y'all mixing, okay? And what else do I have from them? I have their concealer, also really good, really good full coverage concealer. And then I have two of the blush palettes, and then now the highlighter palette duo, and I got it in Golden Bronze. And this one, oof, now they're both amazing, This one here at the top, this is the perfect blush lighter shade for me. You can barely see it because it blends in. It's so natural with my skin tone. It's very nice. It gives like a reddish tint. It's very nice. Hopefully y'all can see that. And the formula is nice. It's blurring. You don't see extra pigment. And honestly, all of the ones I've talked about thus far, you can't see tons of pigment. It doesn't pick up like your cheeks, because I have some texture in my cheek. It doesn't pick that up. Now the next one up, my oldie but goodie, my number one, the first blush light I ever purchased was it this one? Yeah, I think it was. I purchased a few of these, and this one's my favorite. This is Benefit Moon, and it's that burgundy purple shade. Let me swatch that too. And the glitters in here are quite subtle. It almost doesn't look like it has any, but there's some shine. There's definitely some shine there. You can't tell it by picking it up or from the swatch really, but there's shine there. Some of these you can tell because they reflect off my arm, but a lot of them you can't. I'm gonna try to get the rest of them on my arm. Maybe I'll do it from, I don't know maybe I'll do it underneath here so they can still all be on the same page. Okay, next one is, let me see. I'm gonna do the other two and then I'll do the ones that are all the same. This is in number 4 by Valentino. I don't know this shade, if we're being honest, but it's super nice. I don't know the name. I only have number 4 here. But the packaging is nice. Let's put that there. It seems pretty bright, but honestly, it's a blush light. So it gives you a little bit of blush with some highlighted type shimmer that you can see. So none of these are supposed to blend in with my skin, by the way. They're all blush lights. So they're nice blushes that have some shine to them. That's the Valentino. And then the only cream one I have is by Janessa Myers. Now I do have, I think, 2 or 3 of these. This is off the grid. I just grabbed one. I grabbed my favorite one because I ain't got time to be swatching all these things. But this one just so happens to be the brown. And it's like a bronze golden color. It does blend in with my skin. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I went ahead and put it there. This is a blush light because it has shimmer. I think this is technically it's a low lighter is what she refers to it as. But for me, I consider this to be sorry, I just got brain fart. I consider this formula, this low lighter formula, I consider all the low lighters to be blush lights. Now this blush light in particular, this one acts as though like a bronze light, a bronze light, but ain't really no such thing, meaning a bronzer / highlighter, because really I use it like a blush light here on the high parts of my cheek, and then powder and all that, and you can see the highlighter come through. It's a very nice natural finish. So, and again, this low light formula, I have it in a couple shades, and I enjoy it. Now, number 8, 9, and 10 are all Fenty. 8, 9, and 10 are all Fenty. Now, this is the new Cherry Pop. I'm not going to swatch these because y'all know what these look like, right? Or should I swatch them? Should I swatch them? It looks just like what it looked like here. Cherry Pop. Hot Cheeks. Now, this is it, and this refers to it. The name is blush lighter. It is a blush lighter. Actually, I think these two might be the only, yeah. This one here, I just got it during the spring BIB sale, the Cherry Pop. And then this one, the Baked Peach, I got it during the fall BIB sale. These two are the only ones in my collection that are actual in the description. They're called blush lighters. So this is Cherry Pop, this is Baked Peach. Very gorgeous blush lighters. And then the last one I have here is it's in 1 of the kilowatts. And this one is Ginger Beige and Moscow Mule. Ginger Beige and Moscow Mule. Now, Ginger Beige is a true blush light. It's true blush light, where it's a blush that's a little shiny. The Moscow Mule is a colored highlighter. It's different because it's more shiny. In fact, I'm going to swatch these so you can see the difference. Oof. Alright, so this is Moscow Mule, and this is Ginger Beige. So as you can see, Ginger Beige is a bit more subtle, like the other ones that have a little highlight in it, whereas the Moscow Mule is shiny, shiny. Okay, so those are my top blush lights. Again, in no particular order, but they are my favorite. Fenty has one of my favorite formulas for blush lights. It's gorgeous, and I love when she comes out with the, I'm gonna try to clean these all off. I love when she comes out with the seasonal blush lights. They're really, I think that, really good idea. I see she just came out with a Smurfette collection, which I want to check out, but I don't think it's a blush light in that. If it was, it would be like a blue, and I'm not really into blue like that. But yeah, I hope she comes out with more of these special limited edition blush lighter formulas. I hope she comes out with more of these. This one here is a peach, and this one here is a burgundy. I wish I had gotten the red. The red one came out, but I only got the Cherry Pop, the burgundy. I wish I got the red. So hopefully they get these in stock and they become permanent. I can also use like a brown shade in this formula if you hit me out there, Fenty. Fenty ain't watch my videos. Anyways, that is it for my blush lighters. The next video following this one, I don't know if it's before or after this, will be the bronzer video. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share, y'all. Today has been one for the books. I'm just yapping. So hopefully this is what y'all looking forward to for these summer videos. So I'm gonna try to go ahead and edit these and get them loaded kind of back to back, because the summer about to be here, and y'all probably want to see the best ones for the summer. Plus they about to get I've been seeing some sales pop up from these different brands individually. I'm also paying attention to who has sales and who's more than 20%, so I can start. I want to, next year or maybe in the fall, I want to start recording when these brands are having their different sales, so I know when the best time of the year to buy certain products from certain brands. So let me know if y'all be interested in that. But I think I'm gonna make like an Excel document with certain brands that I enjoy shopping from, like Fenty and Fashion Fair, Cover FX, Charlotte Tilbury. They have a 30% off right now. NARS. Although I feel like NARS products, I really enjoy purchasing their products, but a lot of their products I purchase from NARS are like base products, so I don't need to purchase those as often. So whereas like Fenty, she has a lot of like seasonal things that I enjoy getting along the way, and because I want to maybe get that free shipping, I might add a few extra things. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let me go because I have 2 more videos to film. See y'all soon.